So the thing is that when we write our personal statement, we have to focus on those differences. Your experiences were very important, but at the same time, you have different positions regarding teaching. For one teacher, probably is good to be close to students. For others, for other teachers, probably the main interest is to teach in a proper way. So the thing is that when we write our personal statement, we have to focus on those differences, right? Because that is what makes us be special. But okay, here we have the title is Personal Statements, helping your students to write winning papers. The personal statements are written to apply for a scholarship or to get a position in a school or a university. Okay, sometimes we think that it's very easy to write personal statements, but it is not. It's something that we need to refine, and we have to write many times different drafts until we get what we want, right? And what is it about? Probably you have seen the video that I uploaded that explained very clearly what a personal statement is. In case you haven't watched the video, I invite you to do it, right? Because it's very clear. The personal statement is about what? It's about you. You don't have to write about other people. You have to focus on yourself, all right? And you have to focus on your experiences. Each person has different experiences, and each experience can be meaningful in a certain way to each teacher. But at the same time, you have to make your story memorable. What does it mean? What do you understand by making your story Can you help memorable? Me with this? What do you think a memorable story is about? Any one of you?
Well, I think it is like when you make like when you remember it after you read it. It's like it comes back to your mind, not just because you read it, but because it had parts that were interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is something that you have lived, right? An experience that you have lived. That is something memorable. It is meaningful for you. Okay, all right. There are two types of essays that we have to deal with. The first one is a personal statement about your background and your goals. It means the past experiences and your expectation, right? And the second one is an essay about a topic that is important or interesting to you, your inspirations, your greatest value, and your consuming interest. In both cases, we're going to write about ourselves, about yourself, right? A general personal statement. This encompasses the past, as I told you, the present, and the future. And the past is the background, which has made you who you are. We have the second part, who you are now. You are now a student, but you are getting ready to be a teacher. And who and what you hope to become, that would be your expectations. You have to focus on these three important aspects: past, the present, and the future. The target reader, the person who is going to read your personal statement, can be a teacher, for example, right? A person you don't know. But that person wants to know if you are resilient, all right? It means that you are able to overcome obstacles to success. The reader, in this case, the person who decides whether you're going to enter the university or not, wants to know whether you are disciplined. Now let's go to the mechanics. When you prepare your personal statement, you have to organize the writing. You have to go through a process of pre-writing activity. In the pre-writing activity, you have to decide how much you will devote to each part of your essay. In this case, 40% will be devoted to background, and you right now would be 20%. For the future expectations, you have to devote 40%. So the important thing is that there is coherence between the past and the future expectations. This is something very important. Sometimes some students write about their past experiences and the future expectations are not connected with the past experiences. So if there is no coherence between those two aspects, probably you won't get the entrance to university. Right. Let's move on then to the first steps. Whenever you start writing, it is good to start with a powerful quotation that means something to you. All right? Something that is very important to you. For example, you can say, teacher is many things. That would be a quotation, and probably you can then take that hook sentence and develop in more detail. You can also reflect on a difficulty you face or on an idea you find interesting. That would be a good starting point, right? Or describe a person or an experience or an incident that is important to you. So in the first part, you need to call the attention of the reader immediately, because if you call the attention of the reader will continue reading your writing. If you don't have something interesting, probably the reader will stop and will continue with another essay. Let's imagine this quotation. I want to read. Francisca, can you help me please with the reading part?
Okay. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort or inconvenience, but where he stands at time of challenge and controversy." When I was a little kid, I always thought that life was going to be easy. However, my impression was different as the time passed. I have faced many obstacles and challenges since I started my education, but every time they appear in front of me, I would do my best to breathe them and not be afraid of them.
All right. What do you think about this quotation? The quotation is, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and inconvenience, but where he stands, yes, where he stands at time of challenge and controversy." Is that a strong quotation, a strong statement or not?
I think it is an eye catcher. It's like he's trying, or maybe she's trying to like portray himself as being, very struck by this, and this is what led to the decisions, maybe?
Yes, of course. A challenge. We have a challenge here instead of a quotation. Can you help me? Deborah, can you help me with the reading part?
Okay. Growing up, I have ever walked in the shadow of my older brother. I am a quality swimmer, but my brother had always been better. Because of this, I have always had to work my hardest to achieve what comes naturally to my brother. Even in school, it seemed that he performed better than I did. With his natural talents shining through at every turn, I decided to push myself to give my best and surpass him.
Surpassing, right. Thank you very much. What do you think about this challenge? Is it motivating for the reader to continue reading? Would you continue
It might be.
the rest of it or not?
I would.
Yeah, why?
I would, because I think it's interesting to see like the rivalry between the brothers. I think it is fun, but maybe I wouldn't take it that seriously.
Yeah, I think
I
that
would read it for fun.
yes, for fun, but it calls the reader's attention immediately. So probably you want to continue reading in order to find out what is going on with the story, right? A reflection. This is another way to start. We can start with an experience or a challenge, then a quotation, and now a reflection. Write like an idea or an inspiration,
Okay.
right? Okay, how would you organize the writing? Think about the most logical order for your ideas you can try. Past, present, and future. Present, past, and future. Future, past, present, future again. I think that's what about choosing details? Details should be vivid and powerful. Whenever you write, you need to use powerful ideas. How can you? All right, for example, here we have a small paragraph that says, during my, just say it. Don't overthink, write from the heart. Sometimes we don't know how to write, but sometimes it's better to use our heart to write instead of using too many techniques. All right, your goals and your dreams. Now we're going to focus on the future. Our goals are very, very personal, so we have to make it more personal. This may be the most important part. The readers want to see that you have a clear set of goals. And as I told you, writing a personal statement seems to be easy, right? But when you start writing, you have to follow a process. Okay, have a nice day, the rest of the day.
You too.
The rest of the day, and stay safe. Take care, and see you next week.
Bye. See you.
See you, mister.
Take care,
Bye.
mister.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.